For 40 years, the Huntington Landmark Toymakers Club has been operating here, and I think it was the brainchild of MacLennan. This has been a operation all for volunteers the entire time, and what we do is make toys for underprivileged children. And it's our joy to do this. We're all woodworkers, and we all enjoy coming here. And the toys we make are made with love, and everyone is handmade.
Well, they go to underprivileged and Down syndrome children, and they just really enjoy getting the toys. They're surprised that it's something they get to take home at Christmas time. You know, the girls will pick airplanes and the boys will pick trucks, and it's just really fun. They're all handmade. We started with just maybe 400 toys.
The club has a goal this year, incidentally, of 3,000 toys. And over the 40 years that we mentioned that we've been making toys, we've made close to 60,000 toys, which have been given to underprivileged kids around the world. So we're very proud of that, and we're very focused on our goal.
Of course, we have the different groups. We have the wood shop that they cut them out. We have the clothing area that does all the cloth and bedding for the cradles, and then the painters paint everything in detail. So, and then they come back into the wood shop to have wheels put on if wheels are necessary.
I think the upside for me is I get to enjoy the creativity of working with wood and the camaraderie of some of the other toy makers. Working with wood is very beneficial, I think, so it's good for the psyche.
I've been a toy maker for 8 years here at Landmark. I've been president of the Woodshop Club for 6 years. My responsibility as president of the Woodshop is to maintain the machinery, make sure the saw blades are all sharpened, and that we have adequate materials to make the wood toys. One of the benefits is the camaraderie that the Toy Club gives us, and that is that we meet together on a Tuesday for 3 to 4 hours, and we have guys making wood toys, we have gals painting the toys, and we have a group of gals that sew, making the bedding materials for cradles and rockers and high chairs.
I was an adult school teacher for Tolan decorative painting. So after 20 years I came here, and then when I stopped teaching in Torrance, I joined the Tuesday class, and anybody's welcome. It doesn't take a painter or a wood. We teach them everything they know to do the toys, so anybody here can join in.
We have 30 people regularly in the club. We have another 5 or 10 that attend occasionally, but we have 30 to 35 regular toy makers on a weekly basis. The Toymakers Club has been in operation for 40 years. And one of the reasons it's lasted that long is MacLennan. And he's one of the reasons why the machinery lasts that long. He has maintained that. Still, the reason this lasted 40 years is frankly because of MacLennan. He has been a person, as I mentioned, that has designed this club and has been constantly our mentor.
Well, actually, I got involved and became the president of the Toymakers Club, and we started making toys, and so that we could have something for people here to do, and the net result is the kids get a toy. In the beginning, there was an echo in here, and right now we have filled this room up with everything you need to make toys. I have a lot of fun in designing some of the toys, and I give it to a guy and says, hey, put your spin on it and see how many you can make.
The wood shop is the heart and soul of the community, just because of all the charitable work they do. Gene is the most kindest, generous, giving, brilliant human being I have ever come across in my lifetime. His leadership that he has led the way for the wood shop and the toy makers to make these contributions to the children and to the community. Without him, it wouldn't have happened. He is unwavering, and he is just a pillar here at Landmark.
we've got a safe environment, and the guys can come up and work any day of the week that they like.
Santa's closet is the storage, and I always want it to look like a toy store because that's really what we make. We create a toy store, and so they go in there and they get boxed up and numbered, and we've got a bunch of retired engineers in our workshop, so they love numbers, and I respect that. But we keep all of those numbers together, so at the end of the year we get to have a party and celebrate how many trucks and cradles and white horses and roller toys that we made.
I know we have toys that have gone to Egypt. I know they've gone to Uganda. And we did get a photograph that came back from China, and the young boy was holding it up like this, pointing at Made in USA. And that was kind of interesting for one of our toys in China on that. But they could be everywhere. They're sturdy, they won't break, and there are kids that love boats, kids that love cars, kids that love planes, and girls as well as boys.
Giving back and how much giving back means. It means not only to this community and the community within the community, which is the woodshop and the Toymakers, also to the HOA itself. They've saved the HOA hundreds and thousands of dollars through the year by taking on projects like the structures, the buildings, the wood signs, the mailboxes, our huge main rec facility. They have provided so much for them at no cost, and it in turn has saved the community just immeasurable amounts of money. And they have also a recycling program, and with the monies that they receive from the recycling program, not only does it fund the charitable work they do, but they also have donated and put that money back into the community of Huntington Landmark.
Note that we would sure appreciate any donations that people might have for the Toymakers. Everything we do is volunteered, and we get no money from anyone. We don't sell any of our toys. The only way that we fund what we do is through the recycling program here at Landmark and donations.
We are fortunate to have Rankus Hines donate all of the wood that is left over from their making wood speaker cabinets, and that provides us with the wood to make 90% of our toys. But there is still many expenses that occur. Machinery upkeep, new saw blades, parts and pieces that go to make these toys, wheels, axles, little people. All of that costs money.
There's a lot of things, the brushes, the wheels, the axle pegs, we have to buy. For example, there's one of our sanders, the sandpaper for that particular item costs $60. We have to come up with that. We have to come up with the sand, the disc sanding, the belt sanding. We have to come up with all those things out of the donations. So Toymakers all pay a dues out of our own pockets, of course, and we pay for our lockers and that type of thing to be part of the club.
We're doing it for the kids, and all the toys are donated to the kids, the different schools and the different foundations.
Ocean View in Huntington Beach. We go down to schools in Santa Ana. Many of our clients have been with us for decades. The one that we enjoy our relationship with is ICEC, and that's the Intervention Central Education Area. They're down in Irvine. They do wonderful things with children, and they wrap themselves around the siblings and the parents.
And what happens at Christmas time, they provide a Christmas party for the families of all of their kids in their organization. And what they do is they set up a room called Santa's Closet, and they have about 600 of our toys in that room, and each of their kids gets to walk through Santa's closet and pick out a toy of their own. But the other cool thing is that their siblings also get to walk through that Santa's closet and get a toy, so that each kid in the family receives a toy. I think that's really special.
Cornerstone Therapies here on Beach Boulevard. We've done business with them for a long time. And probably the farthest reaching client we work with is Operation Walking Shield. And they specialize in reaching out to Indian children. And so our toys go as closely as Orange County and Riverside, but they reach up to North Dakota, Wisconsin, all the way to the East Coast, because we have reservations with Indian children all over the country. And so that's a fun one. They're good people.
I've been in the wood business for over 40 years, making cabinets, doors, frames, and hardware. The opportunity to make toys here allows me to work with wood products, which I enjoy doing. And I've been able to experience little girls picking up a cradle and with the biggest smile on their face saying thank you. And that gets me right here in the heart. And that's why I like to do it. I like just to work with my hands and work with the wood products and make toys.
Well, I think the important thing is we're a group, a lot of friends. We meet friends here as a group. We paint, we donate. The kids enjoy it. We enjoy it. We can be having a bad day and we'll come to toys, and you can't paint a toy for a child and not be happy about it.
The friendships and the friends that we've developed in our toy program, fantastic. It makes longevity. Hell, I'm 95 years old, so can't complain.
If you haven't heard of Huntington Landmark and the Toymakers Club, know one thing of all the people here in the area. You know somebody whose child has received one of our wooden toys.